Welcome to another episode of Seriously Hilarious with Shonda and V. Hey.
Hey.
Today we are going to talk about movies and shows. What are you watching? So, one of my favorite pastimes is sci-fi. If you know, you know. I've mentioned it in previous episodes. So, everybody is waiting on From, right? Because From be frommin'.
Are we
And it
waiting
has
on
frommed for 3 seasons, right?
Mm.
And it comes out in January, the new season, season 4, and it's like
Mhm.
this suspenseful horror, sci-fi type show. It's on, I think it's AMC.
Yeah, I think it's
No,
on
I know I
AMC.
watch it on Prime, but I think it's like GM something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just watch it on Prime. But it is
It's on
absolutely
TV.
amazing. It's so
Mhm.
good. I done got so many people hooked on it because
Mm.
it was just very much overly enveloping and engaging, right? I mean, these people are stuck in. I'm not gonna give away any of the stuff
Give it
just
away
in case.
because I done tried to watch it and I forget.
You can't watch it, girl. It's
I
so
feel like I would
good.
need to start all the way over and I don't want to.
So it's so good. So these people kind of like was living their lives and then kind of got stuck in this town, right?
Mhm.
And I don't want to ruin it for anybody who ain't really synced it, but stuff be stuffing and things be happening. That's all I'm gonna say. I love stuff like, "Wow," like, some people got scratched up. That's all I'm say. I suggest you watch it, though.
Okay.
But it's very
Okay.
suspenseful. It's kinda like Sherlock Holmes meet
Hmm.
well, not Sherlock, but
Detective
it's yeah, because they trying to figure stuff
mystery.
out, but
Mhm.
it's like meets Freddy Krueger, you know? It's giving
Mm.
very much zombie and munch, munch, eat, eat, you know? But it was good stuff. Very good
I don't
stuff.
know. Maybe I was distracted when I was watching it.
Think it was because you know how I watch movies. I be in there like,
Yeah, girl, you
"What?"
be in there. I
I
remember
be
when I was watching
immersed,
that movie with you, girl. I swear you,
be
you was a
immersed.
part of the scene. You was like,
Man, because I need to know what's going on. I need to feel what they feeling so I can see.
right.
I need to
But
understand.
sometimes, like even yesterday when I was watching a movie. I thought about you. I was like, let me not multitask. Let me see this, experience this. Let me see, why did they take this shot? Why did they focus on that? Because that might be significant later.
Yep. Yep. You
Mhm.
gotta just be thinking about it, especially when they say stuff is suspenseful or it's sci-fi and things like that, and it got all these different and you really know after you watch the first episode because you like, "Wait, what?" Because it leaves you with questions. That's how
Mhm.
you know you need to watch it more intently than you probably should anything else, right? So it's so funny we're talking about this. Like, me and my brothers was literally talking on the phone the other night about movies and shows, and we were talking about this one show that he claimed this show called Bosch. He said, "I can't get into it. I don't know." I was like, "You need to watch it with me. You need to watch it with me so I can show you how to watch TV because you don't know how to watch TV because it's a good show, right?" And so my other brother Eric, he's all into it. He's like, "Yeah, Bosch is good. I don't know how you don't like it, bro. You tripping? You tripping?" I'm like, "Yeah, he tripping." And so he was like, "Yeah," because he just came up here. So he's like, "Yeah, I was down there with
Mhm.
her, and she had already seen the series. And when I tell you, I was looking at her watch it because she was all into it, like she was in
Yeah.
the screen with." I was like, "You
You
gotta watch it
know,
with me."
I watched the episode of that, but I will tell you, like, so it's this podcast that I listen to, and like when they do like a movie review, it makes me really like the movie more. I was like, I don't even remember that. And they be seeing stuff. And then when I go back and watch it, I be seeing it again. I be like, oh, I get it now. Like the first time I seen Sinners, I was just scared. I was watching between my fingers. But then, like, she was talking about, oh, yeah, did you see the part where he was able to conjure the spirits? I'm like, no, I didn't see that part. It
A
was just
lot.
getting a little weird in there.
It
But
was
when I went
real
back and watched it,
weird.
He did conjure them spirits, and that's why they was after him. I didn't understand half that movie when I was watching it the first time, but when I
A
went
lot of
back,
stuff happened in that movie. A
a
lot of
lot.
things was touched on in that movie. But the
Mhm.
main well, not the main thing, but one of the things that I noticed for sure that I thought was absolutely crazy is
Mhm.
why would you even entertain? I don't care how much money they got. A
Right.
group
Them
of
people
white
outside.
people walking up to your door telling them, "Ah, pew, 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 we wanna come to your
Right.
juke joint and play." First of all, that ain't the type of music we playing, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, this seem a little suspect. Can we
But
say
see,
scammy?
I think it was all about inclusivity because one thing about black people is we are inclusive people.
We
Like we
will.
be inviting everybody to the cookout, and I still don't agree with that. And stop telling all our secrets. Can we
Yeah,
keep anything in our culture private?
yeah, you can't invite people to the cookout sounds and whatever kinda Irish jig he was playing. You
So
just you
you
just
trying to say
can't.
you never did no country dancing, you never did no line
I've
dancing?
not ever line danced, but I wouldn't mind.
Really?
However, I mean, I've line danced, but not like a country line dance. I wouldn't mind, however, it was a darker night, okay? It was a darker night, 1. 2, they was
Mhm.
in that jam of the '90s music. You see that scene switching
Right.
back and forth through the ages? And
Yes.
then at what point was we gonna go pew, 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 pew? Plus,
But
they
not the
all
first
look suspect.
time.
All them people standing out there beside that door like that look real suspect.
They did look like they was hungry. I was like, "Y'all look like y'all on the menu. Why would you even entertain letting these people in the door?" But see, that was
Exactly.
part of it. You had to welcome the spirit in there. You see?
Right. That's
Mhm.
why they should have been like, "No," and then for the old girl to be like, "Well, let me go see what they talking about because they did have 1 gold coin." Who
Right.
cares?
Right.
Now all of
Right.
them got ate up.
And that was another thing, so she was there because they felt like she was one of them, right? But at the end of the day, she wasn't one of them. You see what I'm saying? Like, we just got to be more selective. The
He
moral to
was
the
she
story is we
was.
need to be
Her
more
so
selective.
apparently her her mother was half black or her grandmother was half black or something. That's neither here nor there. I don't even care about that. They let her in, she was in. However, why y'all getting all whoopity doopity of 1 gold coin? But that just shows how us in a culture, soon as we see money, we just like, all right, yeah, y'all can come on in. Now look what it got us, ate up. Everybody in that party got ate up. And that other girl, she got ate up twice. She she walked she walked all the way there, got ate up, then got ate up again.
Yeah. Oh.
And Willie was like, besides all the eating, it still was the best night of my life." That's
Right. Right. Oh, but my thing is like, y'all know y'all friends and they don't act like that. Now you done went outside in the dark to use the bathroom and you come back bloody and you keep on asking me to come inside. Like,
can't we
that's what
all just get
so part of
along?
that wasn't like that part made me feel like it wasn't as authentic because we suspect we
Shifted eye. Now they was shifty eye because old girl was like, "Don't let him in here. He can walk in here if
mhm
he want to get in here."
mhm
However, it was kinda too late 'cause, I think if I remember correctly, the timeline of the movie, old girl was in the room at that time freaking the other dude, right?
yeah
You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? The little vampire was already in there.
And how selfish is that? You done got ate, now you gotta eat him.
You
I
gotta
thought
turn
you loved
everybody.
him. You ain't love him, you love the idea of him. You see
But
how they
that
make us
wasn't to
talking.
him, that was the brother. That wasn't even him she was messing with, that was the brother. Remember? That wasn't the same him. That was the
You not
brother.
talking about when she was when they was
She
having
was
sex
yeah,
and
she
then
was
she ate
freaking the
him?
brother. She wasn't freaking the one she usually freak. It was the
No,
brother.
no. The one she ate
Yeah.
was the one she loved.
No.
Yeah.
No. Remember, cause Willie was outside the door looking at Smokestack, whichever one it was, times of ooh, ooh. You don't remember? It was the other one. They looked alike. It's the same person, really.
Well,
Either way.
I don't know. It was a long time ago, but I thought
Either
that
way.
I thought she ate the one that she liked, which was
She ended up with the one that she liked, but
but
she
she
didn't
killed
initially
him.
but she didn't initially have sex with the one that she liked. It was the other one. But you know what?
Mm.
Maybe I'm confused.
Yeah, I think
Either
you
way,
confused. Cause
either
she
way,
she killed the one she loved. So
either
I think
way.
she killed him because well, she didn't kill him. She ate him so that they could be vampires. And
Right.
and it was so that was kind of like the love story part. But don't love me. Don't love me like that.
Either way, either way, at the time she was in there, she was already in that house freaking on dude. The other dude at the door tells him, "Let me in. We all friends, ain't we?" Or whatever
Right,
he was
right,
saying.
right, right. And then like you done walked in here umpteen times all day, and now we got to say come in. You see what I'm saying?
Like, I just
But
be
that's
like,
it's so that's what I'm saying. It was a lot of little lessons in that movie.
And then that little Chinese lady tells him, "Let him in, come on in." Like, why would you do that? Like you
Right.
can fight 400 vampires at one time.
Now you done sacrificed all us, but that goes to show you that I'm telling you, the whole movie, you seeing how welcoming people into the community is not beneficial to the community. It is weakening the community. Because okay, so even the part where
People
at the
ride or
beginning of the
die to
movie,
come go down. That's all.
her husband is over there. They got two stores. She over
Mhm.
there selling to the white people, and he across the street selling to the black people. The only time she even deal with the black people is when it has to deal with money. You know what I mean? And then she came there to help her husband, right? Uh, So what I'm saying is like there was no loyalty. When it came to the other races, there was no loyalty. It's like they were giving, they were treating them like they was family, but they wasn't family. See, all family ain't family.
Yeah,
It was a
well,
lot of it was a lot of lessons in
all
that.
yeah, it was. It was a lot of lessons in it. But you gotta be mindful, that's all. But even if you go back to that, so that was a horror. That was about vampirism. And then you talking
Mhm.
about From, which is about, I guess, zombieism to some extent and some other stuff that's going on. Um, a lot of
Every
them
time I
people
see that
turned on
one
each other
guy, I
too.
think about The Walking Dead.
He was
And
in
that
Z Nation.
I ain't watched that, but I watched The Walking Dead. And you know what I saw? And this guy
I don't
said he
remember.
said that The Walking Dead did real well. They has millions of watchers, viewers, right? Until
Mhm.
they killed Glenn. And that's when I
Man,
started watching it too, because the way they killed Glenn, that was traumatizing.
that
You
was
ain't had to
just
do that.
uh, they ain't have to do that to make when I tell you
Way
I
they
was
killed
a
Glenn.
fan, like, I was, like, in there like swimwear with Walking Dead,
Mhm.
okay? Like, I was posted
Mhm.
up, like, "What? Them zombies finna eat them, what? They got them over jailhouse, okay, they in there. What? Oh, girl, Lori got sliced up, cut the
Mhm.
baby out, they still riding or dying for each other, blah, blah, blah." But when they ran into them Negan people
Right.
and they did that to them people like that, and Glenn
Right.
got Glenned up. I was like, you know what? I had to take a break. I took a break from watching Walking Dead for about 3, 4, 6 months or something. And then
Right.
I picked it back up. I did pick it back up, and I stopped
Okay.
watching it again because it got weird. I thought it got weird. Like it was right before Carl died. And I was like, what are they doing around here? It was just a lot going on. They meeting people with lions, tigers, and
How
bears.
Carl died?
But I heard he died. He was
Okay,
dying from
see,
fighting
I
for
feel
Trump.
like that sometimes you need to stop while you ahead. You need to stop while you ahead. Just like remember that show Lost?
Yeah,
Lost was
Lost
good
was
at first, and
good, and
then they
then
lost me. They lost me. As soon
exactly.
as they start hearing some type of sound and it was smoke, I'm like, oh, turn this off. This
They
ain't it.
lost
What
me,
is
like, I
this?
was for it. I was all for it until they was talking about it was just a waiting place. Like, technically, everybody else had really ascended into the pilot guy seemed like or whatever, not the pilot guy, but the black hair, the main dude. He seemed like he was the only one who was really on the island. Cause remember at the end, I watched it to the very end.
Oh,
They
I
was
didn't
like,
watch
we're waiting on you. It's like they were trying to escort him out of his delusion or something. Like he had really died on at the plane crash. But apparently his spirit was delusional. So he had to go through all of that stuff with all of these other spirits because they was dead just to figure out, "Oh, we dead." I mean, old girl left the island and had a baby. Why would you have a baby? You are dead. Like,
See,
it
that's
got
what I said,
real
they got
good.
lost. They got lost,
It got
and
unnecessarily stupid.
yeah, that's why you need to quit while you ahead,
Yeah,
that's why
some stuff.
all movies don't need sequels.
No, all of them don't, but some of them do. Some of them need
Some
sequels
of 'em,
and
the
prequels,
sequel be better though, like
and they don't never do nothing, and you be like, "Why they ain't make another one?"
but
But
but I know a couple movies where the sequel was better, like, I feel like Rush Hour 2 was better than 1.
so funny in their own right.
They were, but Rush Hour 2 I would prefer to watch Rush Hour 2 versus 1. What other movie is like that?
I don't know, I think they was, both funny, I would probably watch both of them. I would probably do it back to
I
back
mean, I
if
would
I
watch
was
both of them, but
I don't know
I
if
just
I could
feel
say which
like
one. You now
one
you wanna
Rush
talk
Hour 2 when they was in Japan, right?
that was the one they was in Japan
Yes. So
or
when he
China.
got up
They
there
was
with
in China,
singing, huh?
or they was in China.
Yeah, they was in China. When he got
Yeah.
up there and he was singing Michael Jackson, that took me out. I loved everything about that.
Now, if
You know
you
what I'm
wanna
talking
talk
about?
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. It was funny. I mean, they were both funny. Jackie Chan and, Chris Tucker hilarious.
But I can't even
But
remember like a good part of one that
the
stand
part
out
when,
like
the
that.
little girl was like, hit the button, you can hit the button." It was funny.
Right, okay. You're right. She was like, hit the motherfucking button. I'm
Right. She was like, "Calm down now, wake up." It was funny. I think it had its moments.
I
It
might
was
have to
really
go back and
funny.
watch it, okay? I forgot about that
You gotta
part.
rewatch it. The part when they went to the hood, it was a lot of funny little parts in it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of funny little parts. But now if you wanna talk about prequels and all of that, we gotta talk about, um, Bad Boys. Now see, Bad Boys 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 because they done made 4 of 'em at this point.
Mhm.
But the first one was good,
Yeah.
the second one was good.
Mhm.
I think they waited too long to make 3 and 4,
Mm.
but they were still good because this last one was hilarious. I died laughing the whole time.
Yeah, I like the Bad Boys, series, but let me tell you what I didn't like. Um, the one with the cars. Like, if you didn't see
Oh,
one
Fast and
car wreck,
Furious,
yes, you could
they
have left that
made
at
too
one.
many. I think the first 4 or 5 was a been enough. Like, Fast 5 should have been it. Like, that's a cool name, Fast 5, boom, that should be it. They got Fast 6,
Mhm.
7, Fast 8, Fast 9, Fast and I think they finna make another one. They are
They need to
about to
stop.
make another one,
I
and then
mean,
people gonna
because
be
if you didn't seen one car drive fast, right?
and
You
drift and fly over a mountain and get caught by a helicopter. You done seen it all.
you didn't seen it all. I mean, where else they gonna go? They done been everywhere. They was like, you
Girl,
know what? We're gonna make another one. We're gonna put it, you know, in Thailand. Maybe they should do one in Thailand
girl, they done
because
made
I
so
know they
many of
did one
them.
in
All the
Tokyo.
famous people done been in them. Cardi B was in one of them.
So yeah,
Everybody
see,
be in them.
sometimes it's just then, but then I feel like at that point, make it a satire. You know what I mean? Like a spoof movie. When the last
Somebody
time
gonna
you had
spoof it.
a good spoof movie, like scary movie?
Yeah, somebody gonna spoof it eventually. They already spoofing it online because they got all these little AI videos of them being like 95, still sound some. We gonna do it one more time for the family and speeding off with
Now I would love to
canes
see
and
that. I
stuff.
haven't seen that.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them online. I was cracking up. But yeah, I think they just. I feel like after Paul Walker died, they really
Yeah,
should have just hung up the little jingle
hang it
and the
up.
bell. Just hang it up because it was
Hmm.
it was enough, and it was crazy though the way he died in a fast car. I'm like,
Hmm.
"What?"
Yeah.
It's
It's a
wild out
couple
here.
celebrities, actors who really embrace their role and then they never really heal from that. Like the Joker.
Yeah, Heath Ledger, yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people get out. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, he wasn't even driving, I don't even think. I think somebody else was driving that car. But either way. But anyways, back to movies.
Oh, Paul Walker, when Paul Walker
Yeah,
died.
Paul
You don't
Walker.
think he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
driving?
yeah.
I
I
thought he
I don't
was
think
driving.
I don't think he was, but maybe. I don't know. It was years ago. I don't remember the
No, I
story.
wasn't in the car.
Exactly, but either way, it was a lot of Fast and Furious, and like I said, I think they still making some more. And then I also found out now I was a fan. I'm a '80s girl. I watched all the '80s movies, all the '80s shows, School Days, and all of the things, Different World, Bill Cosby, whatever. How do you feel about them doing a remake of A Different World? It's supposed to be the next generation, like with Whitley and Dwayne daughter in college and some whatever.
So, unpopular opinion. I didn't really like The Different World.
You didn't like A Different World? From where she come from? Girl, I used to love A Different World. Wow.
I
Why
It
are
was
we
Whitley for
friends?
me because she just got on my nerves. That's just like it'd be like that one character just get on my nerves, like Usher. Not Usher, what's his name? Urkel. Got on my nerves. Like before with Family Matters, they had things to talk about, lessons, but then it just became the Urkel show. That got on my nerves.
She didn't like
Whitley
A
got on my
Different World,
nerves.
y'all. How you not
Whitley
like
got
A
on my
Different
nerves.
World?
When
Now even
Denise was on it,
outside of
yeah.
Whitley.
When Denise was on it, I liked it.
She was
But
on it for like a season. She
that's
got
when I
kicked
liked
out of
it.
school.
At the beginning. I like things at the beginning.
It
Whitley,
was good. I mean, but
she
if you
don't.
take her out, if you just take her out, because she was not the show. The show
I
was
don't
about
even feel
all of
like
the
you
kids in
needed her
college.
character because Kim, she did. I liked her character. She reminded me of a normal college girl.
It's always somebody in college acting crazy. But that's neither here nor there.
But that
That's
that
neither
for me,
here
that's the
nor
person I
there.
avoid because why you so oh, your emotions is too loud. Go away. Like so
Well, they
that's
are
why I said it was
making
unpopular. It was unpopular opinion. But
another one. I
and
don't
I
think I'll be
really
watching.
liked the Cosby Show. I did. I liked seeing a black family in a nice house, loving on each
Like
other.
seeing a black family in a space where nothing crazy was happening to any one of 'em. Like,
Right.
nobody was getting molested, nobody was getting raped, nobody was being shot at, nobody was in a gang, nobody it was no trauma really
Right.
affecting any of the characters. That's what I
Right.
like, because most of the
Yes.
time
And
when
the
you
and the and the
see
husband loved his wife.
right, and they were in the same household. And most of the time when you see us on TV, it's so bogged down in trauma. And it's
Mhm.
just like, okay, we have lives outside of trauma. I
Most of
do
us.
I
Yeah.
right. I do understand that a lot of black people, but Imma say a lot of people in general have
People.
experienced
Mhm.
those type of traumas, right?
Mhm.
So to just make because when you see white movies, you very rarely just see all the white movies they just traumatized the whole time. Most of the time they live in some hunky dory lives eating Wonder Bread sandwiches, right?
And then they get
However,
like just some crazy wacky person that it disruptor.
right,
And
it
it's
but
funny.
it but our
Mhm.
our stories are so built upon trauma, and
Mhm.
it's so, like it's so arming because to your psyche, because 'cause you're like, "Wait,
Yeah.
what?" And now you got all these fences and guards up watching this stuff over and over and over again.
That's why I
That's
don't
why
watch it.
a lot of shows didn't make it, like, they made that show South Central. It didn't really make it was with, Lorenz Tate was in it. I think it stayed on for, like, maybe 1 season or something, but it was a
I don't
very
watch none of that stuff
but I'm
anymore.
just but I'm just saying this was an old show that came out, and they tried that, and black people don't wanna see that, especially black people who are already living this life, right? Like, I grew up in the ghetto. I don't wanna go and look at the ghetto on TV. Now, I say
Exactly.
all that to say, I still have seen all of the culturally referenced movies like Boys in the Hood and Dead Presidents. And I watched the movies, but I watched those movies in a time where it was all the rave, I'll say. Like, it was all about that's what everything was going on, right? All the rappers that was out was rapping about what was going on in their neighborhood, right? All the movies that was out was movies about what the rappers was talking about, what was going on in their neighborhoods, right? Like New Jack City, all that stuff. But now I don't even find myself watching those movies because I don't
No,
really
I
want to
can't.
see that. Like, but nobody wants to just look at trauma all the time. So to watch a Bill Cosby or even a Family Matters, I know you didn't like Urkel, but even just something on the positive side, a different world. Those kids were in college,
Mhm.
they were getting their education, they was dealing with all of the things that came with that, going to an all black school, being rich, growing up in a different part of society, then to being around people who didn't grow up in the same type of, environment you grew up in, that's what Whitley was really dealing with. She was like, "Wait, what?" And she kinda had this thing, like, thinking everybody had money, and Kim was just like, "Everybody ain't got money, girl. We ain't got rich daddies."
That's I think I like Kim because I can identify more with her. But okay, although it was not my cup of tea, right? I do think that Moesha was a good show.
And
Most
he
of the shows on UPN, and the reason I say Moesha is because I I didn't necessarily identify with her, but a lot of people did. And then, it was like mixed because a lot of our experiences are mixed. You have parents that are supportive, however, they might be strict. You have, you know, she might be good at this, but she might be sneaky. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like we are multifaceted,
Yeah.
multidimensional people. So I feel like Moesha did a good job with that, especially when it came to the blended family, because Dee, although she was not her mom, she stood up for her a lot, you know.
Mhm. She was
And
like,
for
"Frank,
me,
she's a teenage girl. What do you mean?"
that was real. Her daddy got on my nerves. I was like, dang, Frank, can you smile at Moesha?
Frank
Dang,
was
say good
Franking.
morning.
Frank say, "Not my daughter." And then it was a little trauma going on in that show too, because they found out Dorian was really his son and all of that stuff. You ain't know,
Girl, I told you it wasn't my cup of tea, but I'm just saying. See,
girl.
see, I just watch here and there. I don't ever be like invested, you know.
Oh,
I can't
well,
watch every day.
so it eventually it came to light that the Dorian, the cousin who ended up coming to live with them, Ray J, he played Ray J.
Mhm.
Come to find out he wasn't really his c nephew, he was his son by some woman, from umpteen years ago who was raised by Frank's sister. And so
See,
Dorian
that
got real
happened.
mad. Dorian got mad and was like, "I thought you was being a good uncle, but really you was being a bad father." Boom, boom,
Mhm.
boom. And it was a whole like couple episodes about that. And then Moesha moved out because she was mad. She was like, "You lied to me, daddy. You lied." And it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. But they had their own little drama, even inside of a relatively wholesome show. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't poor. Frank made a good living. Dee had a
Right.
job. They lived in
Mhm.
California. They went to the kids apparently went to school, had good grades. The only one who was really struggling was Dorian, but he was the nephew, right?
Right.
But they pretty much had a relatively normal type environment that they grew up in. But they still had their little drama because apparently Frank was Frank and he was out there throwing it in the circle. And you know.
He was just, but I just, when I think about my perception, a lot of it is colored with my own experiences.
Course.
So I didn't have, no dad that was like, ah,
Me
you know
either.
what I mean? I would be like, nah, my mama enough. Like, back up.
Girl,
Like,
trust me.
nah. But I know that he meant well. Now I did like the Parkers. I like
Now,
the I like him. I like their relationship, the mother and daughter relationship,
That was a every now and again
but
show for me. I didn't watch it.
did right. None of them for me. You know, I was out, girl. I went at home. Anyway, I I did not like the way she chased the dude though, but I just know
Professor
that was kind of
Ogilvy.
like the comic relief, and I don't
Yeah.
think that show probably aged well because of that. Because
No.
where's the boundary?
Yeah, it wasn't really about too much. I think the only positive, well, I ain't gonna say the only because I really didn't watch the show. I don't have that much to say. But it was nice to see that even though it seemed like that she had that her daughter young, that she still was like, I'm gonna go back to college and get my degree too.
Mhm,
Even though her daughter was in college at the same time. She still
mhm.
was like, it's never too late, you know. So even if you a
Right.
single mom watching that, you like, you know what, I can still go back to school. Because a lot of people I think feel like once they have kids, they can't go back and do what they feel like they wanted to do, but you can. Even
Mhm.
if you have to wait a
Yeah.
few years, you can still go. You can still
Right.
do it, you know. But I didn't
Yeah.
really watch that, so I don't have no idea how any of the character arcs went. I don't know what happened to anybody. I don't know anything about it. So I have no words to say about
Yeah, but
the
I just
Parkers.
like at that time we had we just had, you know, more versatility.
Yeah.
Because as you mentioned, like a lot of the movies are black trauma I can't watch. Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that in any facet. I don't want to see that on the news. I don't want to see that in entertainment. It's not entertaining to me.
Right, but
Now, if
we
it's black horror, like
are
you know, horror movies, that's
like
different. But I
Bones
don't wanna see trauma.
with Snoop Dogg. But
Mhm.
then we got the Bones movie, it was a horror movie with Snoop Dogg. It was old, girl. You never seen
Yeah, but that, what's that show? Oh, I love Lovecraft Country.
girl, Lovecraft Country was my jam. I'm so mad they
Love
cut
that.
it off. They coulda did another couple of seasons.
It was too empowering.
Girl, they did too much. It got
Oh,
too
I love
real.
when she named herself. Ah,
It got
yes.
too real, that's all, girl. Cause that show was showing. I was like, "Okay,
Mhm,
no, you
mhm,
didn't." Girl, they touched on so many things.
mhm,
They touched on Black futurism and us
mhm.
in science and math and STEM. I mean, just that's the magic, right? Like, they
Yes,
touched on so much stuff, the progressiveness. It was just amazing. It was such
it was amazing.
a good, solid show. Every time I hear people hadn't seen it, I'll be like, the
You need to go
horror,
back and
right?
watch that. That is ageless.
I
You
mean,
know.
I might rewatch it
I
again.
have rewatched it several times. That's a comfort show for me.
I
You
mean,
know,
I
what's
be
a comfort
all
show for you?
really
Or a
any
comfort movie?
sci-fi, but if I'm watching something just to be, like, chill and relax, I'll probably rewatch Aliens with Sigourney Weaver because I know somebody gonna die in it.
That's comforting?
But they gonna get mad about aliens because it's their own god doggone fault for bothering them people and going to their planet, like, "Let's go see what's there." Why? Why?
You know
Why?
what? Speaking
Why?
of that, what is that movie where the girl is what is that movie with Will Smith and the girl is on the skyscraper with the sound? She's like, "Welcome, welcome," and then they just burn
You
them
talking
off.
about Independence Day.
Yes, I like that part. Cause why? Why is you up there? You could have been anywhere.
Anywhere else. And her little stripper friend told her, "Don't go. Don't go. You gonna die, girl. Don't go." And she still went. Then she got
Yeah.
blowed up. That's what she get.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes I understand that because, girl, the things we be going through, the foolery of living in 2025 that really feel like 1852. Sometimes I be like, just come get us.
Man.
Just take over the
Yeah,
world.
come get us, but and if you gonna kill us, just put me to sleep first. Like, why I got to feel you taking a chunk out of my back and my leg and clawing my eyes out?
Well,
Or
that ain't happened to her. He just blew her up with a laser. It was over.
well, that, but I'm just saying other alien movies. Have you seen that alien movie with Ryan Reynolds called Life?
Life.
It's called Life. It's with Ryan Reynolds. It's an alien movie. You need to watch that. Girl,
I
that
don't
alien
know.
that you need to watch. This is what I mean by going around messing with stuff that ain't messing with you. Now it's messing
Mhm.
with you and you can't do nothing
Mhm.
about it. Leave
Mhm.
well enough alone. "Oh, let's shock it. Let's add water to it. Let's watch it grow." And now
She
you out
said,
here
"Let's
ate
add
up.
water to it." Is it a chia pet? No,
Man,
but for real, them movies back in the day used to scare me. Like Poltergeist?
that wasn't scary.
Yes, it was. First of all, I was a little girl. I was a
Towards
little
the
girl.
light, Caroline.
Carol Ann. Oh, that lady herself was scary. That
It
lady
wasn't
scared
scary.
me. Oh, she was
That
so
little lady scared everybody back in, but I feel like she was really
girl,
only in
the
scary
people,
movies
the
back
children of
then.
the corn out to this
But
day,
she was in
to this
Teen Witch.
day, I am not driving through Ohio at night. Okay.
But,
It is too many cornfields. No. Mm-mm.
you know,
None of the Midwest. Mm-mm. If we go to Chicago, we're going to have to drive during the day.
mm,
No wheat,
all
no
I'm
corn,
saying,
no
if I
garlic.
get got, just get me quick. Like, out, just dead,
Yeah.
just gone. Like, I don't wanna be suffering, I don't wanna be strung up in nobody's basement. Like, just bam, out, gone.
That's like The Walking Dead, like you said. At first, it was the zombies. Now you got to worry about people. I don't need to get that far. I don't need to get that far.
Feel like it's so crazy because even here, like, even in America, even in the world we live in right now, right? When we was in our post when I no, I'm gonna say, our pre and post and apocalyptic state with the whole coronavirus,
Mhm.
it's bad enough people are dying. They literally had freezer trucks full of dead bodies. It was so many people dying left and right. They ain't know what to do with them. But then people out here beating people up over tissue,
Yeah.
and I'm still trying to figure out why tissue was just so crucial, and y'all
Girl,
at
it was
home.
the currency.
Girl,
It
beating
was
people up
currency.
over tissue. I saw
Mm.
so many fights online in 2020, 2020. I'm like, over people fight. I was in the house, like, oh my God, over
I was in
tissue.
the house. I was in the
Girl,
house.
I had like 18 rows in my like. Now, granted, I do live alone, all that, whatever. So obviously, I'm
Right.
not using 10 rows of tissue a day. But if
Right.
even if I was at home with a couple of kids, I'd be like, look, one square, and then get in the shower or something. Like it just you do. I
One
mean, we had
square.
water. We didn't have so once you run out of
What you
tissue,
supposed to do with one square? First of all, that's gonna
I mean,
melt
I'm
on your
just saying,
hand.
I was
Soon as
I was
you
being I was being facetious. I'm just saying, use the least amount of tissue as possible, and then if it's just get
Mhm.
in the shower, just go on, hop
When
on
you
in
said
there.
one square though, I immediately saw it disintegrate right on the palm of your like right there on your finger. As
Right,
soon
it
as you
would,
wiped, it just
it
disintegrated
would.
right on your finger. You just need to go
But
straight to the sink because what
I'm
you gonna
just
do now?
saying, like I'm not gonna be outside getting bopped over the head with some tissue. I mean, when you think about people in The Walking Dead and the movies, that's the same way people was out here peopling in
And that's why I
real
said I
life.
would have been the first round. I would have been in the cul-de-sac just zombied out. Episode 1. No, I'm not doing that.
I don't even understand. Like we at that point, you would think humanity would be like, we need to get together. We need to combine our resources. We need to help each other and take care of each other. But we do the exact opposite. We be like, one for all and all for one, and take what we gonna take and kill whoever we gonna kill, pillage, rape, do all this foolishness. And I'm just like, so every time I be watching them movies, them zombie movies and alien movies, you know what I feel like? Those are instruction manuals. So you already know how things gonna go. So I wasn't even really
Mhm,
all that surprised that people was fighting. I just was shocked
mhm.
they was fighting over tissue. I'm like, at least be fighting over a can of beans or something. Whatever.
But yeah. So, but anyway, what are some movies that you saw lately that you would recommend?
Nobody 2 was hilarious. Now, Nobody 1 was a little slow going, but you gotta watch 1 to watch 2 because it's a continuation, but Nobody 2 was hilariously funny. F1 with Brad Pitt was really good. I do recommend if you have not seen it. It's very actiony. Even though it's just driving cars, it was still actiony driving cars. My other show that I'm waiting on to come back on for season 3 is Silo. I know I got you hooked on Silo, and I think
I
it
like
comes
that.
comes back in December. So that's
Mhm.
like a post-apocalyptic dystopian future type show. I don't wanna ruin it because I feel like if I start talking about it too much, Imma ruin it, and y'all gonna be like, "What?" Because you kinda gotta watch it because the first 2 episodes, you be like, "No,
Yeah.
y'all lying." You kinda gotta just
Right.
fall into that with for yourself. So but it's really good. It's on Apple TV, but actually Apple TV and Peacock finna merge, so it's on Peacock. So you ain't gotta get Apple. What? Cancel
Oh,
your
I didn't
Apple
know
too?
that.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
found out the other day. Um,
We might as well just get cable.
it depends on how much you paying. I might come out my pocket about $6. I'm literally paying for like because let me not tell on myself on this dang on
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
So
don't tell on
anywho, so
somebody
also
said that the only way that Netflix know that we sharing passwords is they clearly are not respecting our privacy. And I was like, that kind of makes sense, right? That's a privacy breach. 'Cause how do you know?
girl, hey,
Mhm.
but
It's in the terms and conditions, probably.
Stranger Things is season the last season of Stranger Things is coming out on November 26th. Watch party. So, I love a Stranger Things. And if you haven't seen Stranger Things, you should watch it. It's very horror. It's horror sci-fi, uh, like recent past because it's set in like the 80s.
Mhm.
Um, but it's so good. I have a
I feel like
Stranger
I watched I don't know, I have a problem with remembering things like to watch. It'd be like, oh, season 2 is 3 years later. Well, I don't even remember one. Do you know how much the world literally changed?
Yeah,
In
I
between.
legit remember because I be so engrossed, as you know, I'm a
Yeah, you
character
do be
in the
engrossed.
show. I be like, "Oh, I'm character number 5, I'm extra number 6. I'm right there when they blowing up the building." I'm like, "What?" So I'm waiting on that. I'm also a little disappointed. So there is I think you saw this too. I think we talked about that show, The Three Body Problem on Netflix. It's
Yeah, you
that
mentioned
science
it.
fiction show with those aliens. So it's really good. The first season was good. However, I found out maybe a few weeks ago that season 2 and 3 are not coming out to 27, 28. I'm like, "Sir, I'm not
Right.
watching it because season
You're
1
gonna have
came
to go
out.
back and
It's
watch
already
season
been 2
one.
years since season 1 came out. So you mean to tell
Mhm.
me I gotta wait 5, 6 years for season 2 and 3? Sir,
Mhm.
I'ma been
Mhm.
and forgot. Now see, but, like, right now, I already still kinda remember what happened in the
Mhm.
Three Body Problem. But by
Mhm.
then, Imma have to rewatch the whole season, and
Do
who
you
not
think
finna
that's
do
the
that?
point? Do you think that's the
No,
point? How
I
this
think they got caught up in physical attraction or something because I do understand that we don't get new seasons every, season now. It's usually every year, maybe every second year,
but
but you
why?
can't make me wait 5 years. 5 years? Boy, bye. I'm gonna move on to something else.
Why? That's the reason I don't understand. It's like, why
Maybe
is there
they
so
didn't
much
write
time
enough.
between?
Maybe they just didn't write enough of the script, and they like, "Oh, crap, it really was a hit. We
Well,
gotta
I
do something."
hope that nothing else is ruined the way Game of Thrones got ruined. Because that last season was horrible. They could have kept that.
Well, they said after the 1st season, it went away from the books, so they was just making it up as they went after that.
And they got confused. Like, y'all didn't have a mind map.
I didn't watch it, so
Well, don't watch it, Pat. Like, the first, the second, the third. All the seasons was good. Except for that last season. They could
yeah,
have
I
kept that
heard.
last. The last season what should have happened is they should have really, really treated Sorcy like a hoe on the street. They should have just oh they should have killed her. They should have peeled her fingernails off. You know what I mean? Like the things that she did, they should have like just slit her earlobes. You know what
But
I'm
you know
saying?
what
Just
they
let her
say?
bleed slow. Huh?
Hell has no fury like a woman scorned, girl.
Right, but the things it was so I was like, see, y'all just wanted to go. Y'all just was like, we about to break for the summer, so we just gonna get out of here, wrap this up. And you shouldn't have. The things that she did, how horrible she was. She needed to die like 3 times. You know,
Yeah.
I just got
Yeah, I
mad
heard
all
a lot
over
of people
again.
didn't like it. A lot of people was disappointed about how it
Very,
ended, but that's
very.
generally the consensus on a lot of stuff. It's very rare, I feel like, that most stuff end with a general consensus of
I just feel like they didn't
satisfied.
put
Like,
as
"Ooh,
much
that was
love
great."
in it as it did in the first couple. Like it's this one episode of that show called The Red Wedding, right? That thing is so well done. You know, it that like you could just say Red Wedding and people will always remember that. It'll always be a reference, you know, because it was so good. And but
Maybe the writers
don't
just
we
got
end the
tired.
show that way?
They got tired of writing, girl.
It must have been different writers. It had to be.
It may be. I
It
mean,
had to be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Yeah.
my last show is Alien Earth on Hulu, Disney, whatever. It's pretty good. It's slow, but it's good. I'm waiting on season 2.
You got some
So
fast shows.
so, most of my stuff is rooted in sci-fi, fantasy type things. I do watch other stuff too, but none of that stuff is like, "Ooh, I'm waiting for it." So
Yeah.
what are some movies and shows that you're watching right now that has all of your attention and your eyes wide open?
Honestly, I can it's very rare that I get into something new. I do a lot of comfort shows. Like I probably didn't watch Grace and Frankie on Netflix, probably like
Yeah, that was cute.
that series like 5 times. I love Golden Girls. You know, like
You
I just
sound
feel like
like my sisters.
you can't go wrong with Golden Girls. Like, first of all, Blanche is
Thank you for
everything.
being a friend.
I just love Golden Girls. I don't really because some of the shows I just can't. I'm not there anymore. You know, and they get on my nerves real quick. So I will watch things like I watched. I'll watch like cooking shows. I'll watch. You know, it's not anything that I have to be committed to. I think I just have a problem with commitment.
I see. 'Cause you don't wanna remember none of the details in the show. You like, "Whatever. Miss me."
Yeah, right. It's so hit and miss, you know.
What you say? "I'm outside. I'm trying to find."
Yeah,
That's you like Cardi B.
yeah. No, I'm not like Cardi B. Because I'll be like, I
Yeah,
don't.
you
Anyway,
you
that's
don't be trying to
different.
commit to none of these shows, girl, but you gotta put a toe in a leg in and a foot in and a
I mean,
thigh
I
in.
do like the Silo show, right? I do like that.
This is amazing.
Um, I'm just trying to think of something that is like, oh yeah. I even watched the what is it called? Remember Squid Games? I think it's
I
called Squid Games.
remember. I didn't watch
Okay, so
season 2, but yeah.
I watched season 1. Season 2, don't even waste your time.
I didn't
Right.
watch it because I ain't wanna see it.
They have a game show. I watched that. That was good.
Didn't see that
I
either.
like to watch some episodes of like what's the show called? It's not Grey's Anatomy, but very close to that. House.
So that's
Again, that's a whole
old,
show.
but I love a
Oh
house.
yeah. But I
That's
love a
old.
comfort show.
Yeah, house is
Um,
old.
Law and Order. Like I
Well,
just
yes, because I've rewatched Law& and Order like 20 times. I know dun, 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 like, I
okay,
know
that
all the
theme
know.
song. It's just so. It's something about that theme song that just remind me of my grandma. You know what
I
I mean?
mean, dun, dun.
But
Um,
now my grandma, she different. She be over there watching westerns, and I'm like, grandma, they in black and white. I need you to just come
hey,
on, move on in the room. We don't even have bulb TVs no more. Can you?
he said, "Billy Bob, come on over here and move this wagon so I can milk these cows and we can have supper." Just what you wanna
But I realized that too. Like each generation has their things that we find comfort in. I think they are associated with different memories that we
you
have.
know, you
Um,
say that. Now, what are these, like, 20-somethings gonna be watching when they're 40-something? Like, what are they
I don't
gonna
understand anything about these 20 something. I'm so thankful that I don't have anyway, that's another story
girl,
too.
anyway,
I just be so thankful and grateful for closed doors and detours. Because there's
girl,
so many things that people have to deal with that I don't. And I be like, ooh, sucks for you. But
won't he do it? Won't he do it?
um what I was saying about music is like, so for me, I do venture out a little bit into some of the new artists. But I know like some of my friends, they listen to like every time I get to get with them, we listening to stuff from like when we was 20. My grandma, when she listened to stuff, it's from like when she was 20. It's like I guess it's just nostalgia. And
Yeah,
that's why
oh, I'm
you
stuck in the '90s for sure.
right.
So,
And see, for me, I will venture out. I do like some new stuff, but I'm also looking for something different. Like I can't keep listening to these sad love songs. I ain't in love, you know what I mean? And I'm thankful when I hear a old song and it don't remind me of nobody. I'm like, look at that. That's healed. That's healed right there. I'm healed. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I'm not heartbroken.
yeah.
So I
I'm
can't
most
be
definitely
listening to
stuck
all
in the
that stuff.
'90s, early 2000 when it comes to music, but I like some sprinkle of some things after that. It's just a sprinkle because a lot of stuff I was just like, I can't really relate. And I think what happens is when you're young, like in your teens and 20s and you're listening to music, it resonates with a memory for you because that's when you were living
Mhm.
your best life and having all of the fun. That's why that's the music you like, right? So you be like, I want to hear Balls to the Wall or whatever the song was. I have no idea, but I know it's a song they talk about, from the windows to the wall.
Oh yeah.
People love that song,
Yeah.
but that's when they was out in the club dancing and dropping it like it's
Right.
hot,
Right. You got a
you
memory
know.
associated with it.
So I
Mhm.
think that's what it is, for the most part, because that's how I roll with me. Because 'cause I'll be like, "I remember back in the day, Desperados, Gunsmoke makes me." Yeah, that's a
You
Chicago
said
song.
Desperado. I was thinking of Rihanna, but like I
No,
said,
this is
I
this
venture
is
out.
a old song by Crucial Conflict. Desperados, Gunsmoke makes me want
It's
it.
this lady on Instagram, and every time her son play a song that's a remake, she be like, let me show you the original. That is hilarious. And I could see like if I was in that situation, how I would probably do that because don't you hate when like a beat drop and you feeling it, you like you think your
Then
song about to
something else
come
come
out and
on.
it, this is not the way that go. Yeah, so I understand that, but that is cute. He be so mad at his mom, like, Mom, I just really want to hear my song.
Just be looking like, "Really?
Mhm.
Boo." But yeah, yeah, I think it's quite disappointing to be, like, ready for something, then something else comes on. That's why I just be like, "You know what? Let me listen to my own little music because they didn't remake and sample so much stuff. The
Mhm.
beginning of these songs do be sound like, "Okay," and then I'm like, "Oh,
Yes.
that's not it. That is not the song."
You be
And
like,
you be
oh, I
ready. You be
remember
like,
this
"I
famous
remember
this
this."
statement. You be like, uh, and that don't
Right.
they do not the lyrics
Then
are
they
not the same.
start singing something else. You be like,
They done
"I don't even
chopped and screwed it. They good for that.
know what they
Mhm.
talking about." I'm just y'all can have it. But yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
some of the songs that I thought was original songs from back in the day are not original songs. So I guess our parents could say the
no,
same
they
thing.
those were sampled too. A lot of
Yeah.
that stuff from early to
Mhm.
those that stuff was sampled from the stuff from the '70s and the '60s, and that stuff was sampled from nowhere because they about made it up because it wasn't no music before. I mean, it was music back in the '20s. It may have been some sampling a little bit, but it wasn't really because
Yeah.
everything was kinda original, at least to Black American music, right? Because
Mhm.
we kinda made it. We just kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, bebop, scat, jazz, the hippity
Mhm.
hops, rock and roll, like we made it all. So
Yeah.
But once it got to the point where good songs was being made and good beats was being made and good concepts, people was like, "Oh, let me just take a little bit. Oh, I can just take a little bit. I'm gonna take
Right.
a little bit, and then Imma make this whole Imma add a little extra bass line on it and throw a couple of, whatever them things on
Mhm.
top of it and be like, oh shucks, now you gotta do the fire." But that's an old song.
Yeah. And I remember when songs used to be like 3 to 5 minutes long. Now they be like a minute and a half. I guess that might they do, but I think that got to do with our attention span now.
Yeah, but see, I don't even listen to new songs like that to even notice that they was a minute and a half, girl. Cause I was listening to, what's that song T.I. made? Um, you can have whatever you like. Girl, that song like
Mhm.
4.5, 5 minutes long.
Mhm.
Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. It's long, girl,
Mhm.
cause you be like, "Oh, this Imma run to the song end," and you still running. And you like, "Wait a minute,
Mhm.
sir. She bought them all up, sir, in the song, in the song." But yeah, a lot of those songs was long. I feel like most songs should be at least 3 and a
But
half
they're
minutes,
not.
but a lot of them, I don't know how the new ones go because I really rarely ever listen to it unless I got the radio on in the car, and then if it's not nothing I feel, I just turn, and I usually turn to the old
The
station.
songs now be like the interludes back in the day.
The
'Cause her you remember the interludes on the CDs? See, you showing your age.
Oh, yeah, like, you the one brought it up. How about that?
Like
I'm
like Alicia Keys got this one interlude on one of her albums from back in the day, and I loved it. And today it could have been a whole song. It could have been a whole song, and it's literally 1 minute.
yeah,
1 minute
Alicia Keys
long.
was king back in the day. She was
Yeah. Well,
king.
I feel like she always been more of a pianist than a singer,
Yeah,
but
I feel like so too. I saw her in concert, and I was very, this was years ago. This was probably like 2004,
Mhm.
maybe 2004. Actually, it was 2004. They did some concert in Chicago. And I saw Keith Sweat too, and I saw Tina Marie.
Well,
Girl, Tina Marie was like, girl, she tore it down. She tore the house down. Anyways, but so like you said, I always think of her as a pianist, right? She sitting down like,
mhm.
whatever, singing her little song. And when I tell you, she was showing out at that concert.
Really?
She was shaking it, dropping it,
Shaking it.
pop,
I ain't
girl,
never
pop,
seen Alicia shake
all
nothing.
kinds of stuff. So I was now at that time I had a boyfriend, and I was like, what is going on? She's supposed to be sitting behind a piano. I
Mhm.
keep on falling. Like she's supposed to
Okay,
be
hold that no, girl.
doing some stuff. I was just waiting to be like, okay, girl, do it. She was like, and so somebody was like, well, she got to entertain the men too. I'm like, these men know she a pianist, brother.
Mhm. Yeah.
Didn't expect nothing
But I
different.
mean, it is some good artists though. Like, okay, so this is an older song for her, right? But it's this song called Shutter Island
Hmm.
by Jesse Red that girl, you just gotta listen to it. And for me with everything, right? I'm always listening for the lyrics. What are you saying? And so that's a good song. If I could recommend anything that is, past 2010 that you might like, it would be that. Well, actually, she got a couple songs, but you probably heard her song "Figures." Maybe not. I don't know.
You
But
gotta sing it
listen to
for me
that
to
one,
know.
Shutter Island. I went to her concert, so I like her. I like Janae Aiko. You know what I mean? So these are not when we were 20, more like when we were 30 ish, and they really, I would, those are some people that maybe the younger generation would listen to, you know, they should age well.
Heard a few of some people's songs, and like I said, it's not that I don't like any of them. It's the sprinkle. It's just a sprinkle of songs that I'm just
Mhm.
I'm just if I want to be like chill and content, and happy and just kinda grooving, it's probably gonna be just something old. I was listening to me an old album the other day, "Stranger in My House." I was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, girl, it took a while to
But you
figure."
know what? Now I understand what they saying. I used to just sing it back then, but now I understand what they saying. But some of them songs that we was singing when we was little kids, we had no business singing, and we
I
didn't know
mean,
what. I didn't know what they meant, but I was a shelter child, you know. But
some songs, what they meant this year that I didn't know. I was like, "What? I know you lying." I ain't even
right,
know. But hey,
but it's still a good song.
right, and I'm still gonna sing it when
Mhm.
it come on.
Mhm.
A lot of them songs was about sad dudes and sad women and
Mhm.
cheating and this and that.
Yes, like Whitney Houston. Oh, one of my favorite songs by her was her being a side chick.
A lot of them songs was like that because that's the kind of like people act like this whole side chick thing is new.
It's
Men been
not.
having side chicks since the creation, okay?
I know, honey.
Because all
Mhm.
these other men from the 60s and 70s all had second families, whole families.
But that's what I was gonna say. It's a difference because you actually took care of them. You did
Yeah, they
for them.
did.
You didn't just come over there and have a transaction and leave home. But that's just like I was talking to my therapist and she said you in a different world. She said when it's so many people that will just give it up for free, why would anybody work for anything? And they call it liberation, but really y'all being crazy.
It's
Y'all
I
being
feel like
crazy.
it's only liberation if you are not delusional about it. If you are in it for you, if you are being selfish in a situation and you're not being lied to, it's not a delusional act, it's not anything, it's
But they
you
gotta lie to you.
that's why people get all upset and
Otherwise,
crazy
they
because
not comfortable
that's
with it.
why it's not
Men have
liberating.
to lie to you.
Right, because like I always say, if you tell me the truth, you don't know what I'm into. I might be like, "Okay,
But
let's go."
they don't
But
wanna
what
know that.
it is me right. That's what I was gonna say. Men don't wanna know that. They wanna feel like they doing something. "Yeah, I got her.
Yeah,
I tricked her."
yeah,
No, boo, you
yeah,
didn't. I
yeah.
wanted to do it. Like, what you mean? Like, I
Right,
thought that's what we was doing. That's why
right.
you seen those skits on the internet, them little cartoon characters, when the dude be trying to holler at her and she come back like, "Well, where we going? What we doing?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do it."
yeah.
And he was like, "What? Wait, I
Yeah,
ain't
when
ready."
she be aggressive, mhm, she be like,
Wait,
"Put your number in my phone."
right. I thought I was gonna be on top, and then
Mhm,
now
mhm,
he off guard, right? He don't know what to do because he was
mhm.
like gonna put his mac down, and she like, "Nah, boo, I got the mac. I got this." That's liberating for the woman. If a
Yeah,
woman is conscious about what's happening, it's when the man is lying and being crazy and deceitful and all this, and you're being delusional about the transaction, like you say, right?
mhm.
Because even if he's lying to you, but I'm just gonna get this and go on about my life, then it
Right,
is liberating, regardless of what he thinks. You don't feel no
right.
type of way about it because that's what you was in it for anyway, right? But if you feel
Right,
like you got
but
the
you can't be honest, and that's the part for me, like, I don't have I don't have the energy or the
yeah,
desire to play the game, you know? And so one thing I have found is that if you are happy by yourself and you be like, "You know what? I'm cool. I'm cool. I wish you the best." They hate that. Ooh, they hate that. So you not about to bust my tires on my windows? You not about to call my phone a million times? You just gonna be like, "You wish me all the best." Yes, I wish you all the best.
they
It's
don't
not
like
gonna
it.
work between us.
I I
Benefit
had a
structure is not
guy
beneficial to me. You know,
I
you
had a
know,
guy,
they don't like that.
I told him I didn't wanna be bothered, and when I tell you he tried everything under the sun to convince me I needed some man to be rubbing on me at night, I said, "No, sir. No, I do
Right,
not. It's
right.
nothing you can say. I'm good. I
I'm
don't
good.
need you to be touching me."
Good.
And if
Right,
I ever decided that I needed somebody to be touching me, I'm sure I could find somebody else who I would like to be touching me
girl. All you had
besides
to
you.
do is open the door. Just open the
Open the
door.
door.
Open the door.
Peek out a window. get a
Uh,
good finger going on, like,
you.
"Come here. Hey, you. Come hither."
Right.
I mean,
Right.
whatever.
Men
Wink
are
at
so
somebody at the
easy.
gym, just be like a wink, and he gonna be over there spotting you, and next thing you know, bam, you in there like swimwear. It is not hard. It is
Right.
not. What's hard is finding truth and honesty.
Right.
What's hard is finding commitment.
Right.
What's hard is finding stick-to-itiveness with men,
Mhm.
because they'll be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I got work too hard for this." Well, bye,
Mhm.
because I
But
don't know
that's
what you thought.
why so one of the on social media somewhere there was like, in other animal kingdoms, the woman really only connects with the man for procreation. Otherwise, she don't really deal with the male. And I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. There's a lot of truth to that
Yeah.
because it's so much. When I look at these couples, I don't envy them at all. I was telling my therapist that I was like, "Girl, is it me? Because I don't want what you have. It look hard. It look difficult. It look tiring. It look. It, I don't. And I'm not. I'm not saying it's better to be single. I'm not saying that. It each one it's just a different shade of green. This grass is not greener. It's just a different shade, right? And it comes with
Mhm.
its benefits and it comes advantages and disadvantages, right? But I don't think I want to trade with you. Like what for what I see in among I don't want to trade places with you.
Yeah. Yeah, the grass is most definitely white in my lawn. It's white.
She
I just put in some fake grass and just made it white. I was like, I don't even need to water it. It's just white. It's white all the time. I'm good.
Why it's gotta be white?
It don't grow or nothing. You need somebody to come mow that? Nope. It don't even grow.
It's
It's fake.
plastic. It's
It
plastic.
it's just there for looks and aesthetics. It don't do nothing.
You are hilarious.
So serious.
But yeah,
Like,
I just wanted to mention that because like I have that has been an experience when I am ending things. I understand why people just ghost because when you try to be responsible and show care and concern and be mature and say, "You know what? This is no longer working for me anymore." You get all this unnecessary backlash and for what? For
'cause
what? Can we just
and then
say bye?
you just gotta
Bye.
just tell them, like, "You didn't really like me anyway." Be honest with yourself.
I
They
don't
just
know.
be wanting to be the one to do the breaking up, I guess. But I'm just be like, "Be
I don't
honest."
think have you ever been broken up with a man? I don't think so. I think they just want to always have access to you.
That too. That too.
I have never had a man break up with me, not once.
That too.
Even
They
if
do want
even
that
if it
access.
was just a situationship, I have never ever had a man say, "Nah, I don't want to see you again." I don't care if he got married. I have never,
You ain't know.
never had a they be like, "You want to come to the wedding?" No,
Them married men
stop
be the worst,
calling
girl.
me.
The
Hmm?
worst. I be like, "Bruh, you got a whole wife. You don't even need me."
A
They
whole
be the
wife.
worst. They be
But
the
you know
worst
what?
one.
I don't envy her.
Not at all. Cause if she only knew, I'd just be shaking my head like, "Po thing."
Girl, that was a good song too, and I didn't even understand that back then. If your girl only knew.
That you be calling me, having sex with me. What would she do? Yeah, yeah.
Mm. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know how we
Yeah.
got on that, but
Cause you told some, "Oh, we ain't gonna talk about movies no more. We just gonna go ahead and talk about music." And now we gonna talk about what they was doing in the music. And then we start talking about cheating, lying, and conniving, and yeah, all that stuff.
oh, that's another song. That's another song. I don't remember how I go. We said lies and cheating,
Cheat.
See, even
Some heartbreaker.
heartbreaker.
You're right. A John was a guy in my life, so I'm taking.
A
I think that was,
car, the house, the
the
keys,
kids.
the dog.
I want it all.
See?
That was,
You see what I mean? They can't just leave. They can't be
what's
like,
his
you
name?
know what?
Savant, Avant, Avant. That was an Avant
Avon.
song, I think. Yeah.
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 I
See,
mean,
now that was
hey, hey. He said, "You gonna leave me? Huh? Huh?
I want it
Huh?
all.
I'm
I
taking
want it
all this
all.
stuff with me. You ain't
Mhm.
getting nary or nothing." I mean,
Mm-mm.
it is what it is.
Hey, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
As we have segued way away from movies, but this is the music you listen to when you at home
Yeah,
single after you finish watching your movie. So
but
you all feel free to leave comments, concerns. It was great. Um,
yes.
watch
Mhm.
all the shows we discussed. They were
Mhm.
amazing, old
You
and new.
you said it was called Five Foo? Because I want the show you was just recommended. You said you was watching Five Foo. This you just never mind.
What I'm watching right now,
Yes, because I was like, oh, I gotta look
recommended
that up.
F1. I recommend
F1.
that's the movie with Brad Pitt. I'm like, "What you talking about 5 food? Girl, you are what you drinking? What you got over there drinking? You drinking something.
This is a seltzer water.
That's spiked. It's spiked with liquor. It's liquor. Ain't nothing but
I
liquor.
don't know when you said F1, I guess in my mind when I was trying to remember it. I don't know. I don't know, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
But anyway, I'm
anywho,
about to go find me some comfort to end this evening while I snuggle up in the middle of my bed.
right,
Mm.
snuggle up. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining us on this week of Seriously Hilarious. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Yay.